What's up, guys? Tony here from Tony's Toolbox. So I'm sorry about the lack of videos lately, but I think this upcoming series should more than make up for it. We're on our way to pick up a surprise for all of you guys. One of my best friends, this guy who you guys will meet shortly, I'm on my way to his house. He picked up, his name's Justin, by the way. He picked up a rather crappy old bike, and we're gonna do a restoration project on it. I wouldn't come here for any serious advice. This is gonna be an amateur restoration, but we're gonna have fun, and I'll be able to put out some nice content for you guys over the course of the winter months when typically we're you know, the content's very, very dry because I don't do anything all winter. I sit around and wait for the snow to melt. So I'm on my way to pick up the bike right now. You guys will see it as soon as I get back. And then we'll kind of take a look at how bad this is going to be. The bike, he picked it up last winter. And whatchamacallit, it's been sitting around pretty much for over a year. And when he got it, it was already completely seized up, the engine, and everything's rusted together. So this is going to be quite an undertaking. So we're going to go see just how bad this is going to be. So I'm starting to drive now, so I'm going to let you guys go, but I will be back when we get to the piece of crap that is going to be our biggest mistake over the course of the next several weeks or months or years, depending on how nuts he wants to go, because that's the other thing I want to let you guys know before we actually get there. We're on his dime. So, you know, I can't pump out videos as quick as I want because I got to wait for him to have extra throw-around money to buy the parts, the rebuild kits, the so on and so forth. So we're kind of going to go at his leisure, but it should be fun. So I'll be back in a little bit, guys. Because this one is what it could look like, even though it's a Yamaha, and it's gonna throw people off, and they're gonna be like, "Ooh, look, it is almost done."
It can't look like that at all.
But little do you know, it's actually the one behind it. This is the first look. So
the lines are all wrong.
Oh my god! You know, this could actually be kind of cool. I see it.
Absolutely, it could be cool. It's small. It's light. It's a sloper, twin cylinder.
All right, I gotta take a quicker look. I gotta put this down. But this is what. Wow, this is what we're getting involved in. This is. Right. What is this, a 70-something Honda?
68.
Oh, 68 what? Honda
175 twin.
Okay, there you go.
2 cylinders of fury. 17. Listen.
Throw you back in your seat horsepower.
17 horsepower.
Nice.
At 10,500 RPM.
That's like ridiculous. It's like a goddamn weed whacker.
It's fantastic.
Okay, all right. Great. So we're trying to get this other bike out of the way, and he's Austin Powersing the shit out of it. It's like, oh my god, 6 inches at a time. No, now we can actually get the wide angle of it. Oh my god, is that thing? Oh, they're gonna kill you. Shh, don't tell them.
Watch your foot.
Oh, dude. Oh my god. So is there like literally anything usable then? Just the frame?
You're looking at it. We're
gonna have to redo the wheels. That exhaust looks like whatever. So the gas tank has a hole in it.
It's gonna be straight piped because this is America. The fenders are still good. The frame is still good. The handlebars.
They said we got to redo the shocks. We got to probably respoke the wheels.
I found a guy that'll respoke them for $120 a wheel.
Okay.
Relace them, rehub them, and everything.
Sure you don't want to try that?
Yeah, I'm good. An off-center hub will put you in a bad mood quick.
Yeah. Then rewire it. We got to get this engine freed up and rebuild it. You think the trans will be okay?
It's a 4-speed, and it's not even dog ring. It's not sync road, so it should be okay. Like, there's not a whole lot to go wrong in those. I know famous last words, but like...
Yeah, we'll see when we get in there. Okay. All right. Let's get this fucker on the truck.
All right.
This sun is going to be ruthless, though. Maybe from over here with a little less shadowing.
So shadowing.
So the pile of crap's here.
Hey, I got a name.
What? Do we have a project name for this thing?
You're talking about me.
Oh. Yeah, we still got to come up with a project name. Are we doing anything cool with it, or are we just bringing it back to life?
I'm okay with just, if we can get that engine to spin and like it runs, then we can get cool with it, put a fucking peanut tank on it, put a cool flat seat on it, fender deletes, chop the rear tail off, like whatever you want at that point.
Okay.
I just want to see it run first. I want to know that it can be brought back to life, and once we have that confirmation, then we
Wait,
can
man.
start.
With enough money, dude, anything can be done.
Except you. Oh!
Oh, zing zing. So what are we doing? You want to pull engine trans?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? Let's do first. Actually,
Is it literally? Yeah, I am. Is it literally just?
so these are.
So we got two up here.
These are called slopers, and like my Yamaha did it too. My old one, the one that Wojciech has. The engine and trans is actually part of the structural build of the frame. So like it's a struct. You know what I'm saying? These are called ridgebacks because the way the frame.
So like it's gonna bend when we pull the engine trans out.
No,
Awesome.
There's not rust on the frame itself, thank God. But
Oh, did you? I think I have mine now. The
JS?
JS screws.
yeah, you said you picked them up.
Yeah, I don't know where the fuck I put them.
I'm anticipating having to drill all those out and then just replace them with standard bolts. You know what I mean?
Well, I don't think the thread or the pitch changes. It's literally just the head.
Head, right. So if we drill them all out, no love lost.
Yeah, because then if it ever has to come back apart,
We just use a 10 mil or whatever. If it ever.
and it'll look cooler because we can get chrome capped bolts
Chrome or black or whatever, yeah, it doesn't matter.
as opposed to a screw head, which just looks kind of lame.
I already found a guy online that'll powder coat the engine chrome gold.
Oh god! And on the transport, the gas tank, of course, fell off.
Fell off like it was actually
The four blocks we had to transport it. Okay, so let's get this thing out.
All right, so here's what I'm thinking before we actually pull the engine out. You have air, right?
Yeah.
What's the line volume on the air? Is it high?
300 psi.
The
Is that what it's
volume,
on?
like will it shoot hard fast, or is the line really small, or you know what I'm talking about? Because volume is a big thing. Because psi, if you have 50 psi through this,
What are you trying to do?
if we can get that rear tire to seat, the best way, because I've had those cylinders soaking in PB Blaster for like 2 years. I took the spark plugs out and fucking.
So they might just be disintegrated right now at this point.
Or they might want to break loose. Because I've seen video.
It's one or the other, though, for sure.
I've looked online, and luckily, like most things for this are cheap because like the bore and stroke is pretty common. So I can get a 10 or 20 over piston set with rings for like $30 on eBay. Pistons and rings. So I'm not super worried about it. But I was looking online.
Yeah, but isn't the trans locked up right now?
Well, the trans is only locked up.
It won't come in neutral, right?
Right. So that's almost a good thing because here's what I've looked online. There's a couple of projects with bikes similar to this that people have posted over the years. One of the tricks to unseizing a frozen engine is to leave it in gear, make sure the tires are full and they roll, sit on it, and like rock it back and forth so that the engine is trying to break the pistons free.
All right, let's try that.
Do you get what I'm saying?
All right, so we're like 3 bolts in, and I already got problems.
Greg sent this in our group message. ESPN fucked up somehow.
1-0, nice. Yeah, it's a good football game.
It's probably a hockey score.
1-0, yeah. That's totally working. Well, we're 3 bolts in. All we did was take these 2 out, and he's adjusting the handles right now, and I'm starting to get the exhaust off, and we're... Oh, it is coming out. Man, this thing is all new hardware, dude. We're in...
Oh, yeah.
All right, I'll check back in a minute. So all these old JIS screws aren't coming out, and we're resorting to pretty much using a hand impact on an actual impact, and half are coming out? Or are they just all rounding out at this point?
2 for 4.
2 for 4? Okay. Trying to get the chain off.
I'll take it.
All right, so now we got to drill the rest of them out. This old junky ass hardware. Oh, is there one more? Come on, 3 for 5. Nope, 2 for 5. All right, excellent. So that's where we're at now. Fun. We got this piece of shit cover off, and there's just like dead mice rotting away from like the 60s just inside this, and now we're gonna have to, I don't know what, either cut the chain or find the breakaway point or something, because everything's locked up. And then I think we're almost...
There's the cross member for the trans. and then it's gonna be, so it should be that big fucking bolt right there. And then once the chain's off, the engine, the whole thing should slide out.
Yeah, but you're talking theoretically.
Well, I'm saying theoretically.
You know it's not going to.
I also left out the part where it falls and crushes one of our feet.
Yeah.
And we have to figure out how to disconnect the throttle cable.
Yeah, 10 snips, dude.
I might have to come to that. Because throttle cables are pretty kind of universal across the board. But what that means is this one's very special, and once we cut it, we'll never be able to find another one.
And they're probably worth like $3,000, and we're just going to start crying.
Oh, you're telling me that you have to buy one part that's worth more than the entire vehicle it's going on?
10 times over.
Because we've never done that before. Ever.
That was before we used to do this, though. That Jeep was good times.
Good times, they say. Good times.
Oh, it was on your dime, so it was good times for me.
Oh, right, yeah. I would have made more money if I invested in every penny I had in housing in like August
right before
of 2008.
The
yeah.
All right, so that's where we're at now. All right, so we're down to pretty much the nitty gritty here. We got like one bolt holding this engine in. Engine trans combo.
Two short ones on either side.
So we're gonna have to give it a little pry. This is where it's gonna get dangerous and potentially somebody loses a foot.
And here's a piece of
probably comes up here to the battery. I wouldn't doubt it's potentially the ground cable that just gets fed the whole way through. No.
There's more than one. There's like 3 or 4 in that pack.
Okay.
We should probably pull that exploded fucking battery out of there and like throw it in your neighbor's garbage can.
We could do that. No, this is totally reusable, dude. It's only cracked on one side.
It's a breather hole for the.
It's 10 horsepower, dude.
For the lead plates.
All right, we're gonna get this engine out the rest of the way, and then we'll take a little peek at it.
Hey man, if you ever want to like interview an idiot day on your podcast.
Yeah. All right, so we got the motor out, motor trans combo, still locked up. So this thing's gonna get ripped apart. See what the hell's going on in there. Probably rebuild the whole thing. This is what the bitch looks like bare. And we're calling that day one. We're gonna clean up and bring the frame back by my buddy's house because I don't have room for all this crap until we're actually ready to start prepping the body. I think that's it. We'll see you guys next time. All right, so I'm on my way back. Sorry about the sun. I'm kind of driving right now. We just dropped off the frame, the actual body, back by him. I'm sorry if I said this already. I don't remember because now that was an hour ago at this point. By the time we loaded it on the truck, drove over to his house, unloaded it, etc., so on and so forth. But that'll do it for day one. I hope you guys enjoy it. His game plan, I don't know how far this is going to get. Like I think I said earlier in the video, we're on his dime. It's his call. So if he decides to give up, I'm sorry. You know what I mean? He did tell me up front, though, if the engine's #1 priority, if it's too frozen or just too expensive to get running again, because the rebuild kit and getting it honed out and stuff, he already priced it at under a few $100s. But the bike is so rare and weird that if we need something super, super intricate that just there's no aftermarket for, he's going to put a hold on the whole project early, as opposed to pumping, hundreds, even thousands of dollars into it and then running into a rather large roadblock, if you will. So, the engine's first. If we can get that machined and turned over and so on and so forth, we're going to press on. If that becomes too big of a headache, I don't know if he's just going to scrap it or whatever, because I guess with bikes that are that old, he was telling me that the titles are locked into the engine, because that's the only thing that's stamped back in the day. So if we have to scrap the engine, then there's no title, there's no point in moving any further, if that makes sense. At least on this particular model. I don't know about every bike ever made, but I guess it's something when they were this old in our state. So, yeah, thanks for tuning in. That's part one. we're going to be doing this at a leisurely pace. Don't expect videos to come out, you know, every other day or anything. This is something we're doing for fun on the free time. So maybe like these last few weeks of fall before the weather gets really, really crappy, maybe once a week on Sundays or something. But beyond that, you know, they'll be out when they're out. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and look forward to part 2.